Welcome to Shadows and Whispers, unveiling the world's most cursed places. Welcome, dear viewers, to another spine-tingling episode of Shadows and Whispers, your ultimate destination for all things eerie, unsettling, and downright terrifying. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we're about to embark on a chilling journey into some of the darkest corners of our world, places steeped in legend, tragedy, and inexplicable phenomena. Today's episode is one that many of you have been eagerly anticipating. Top 10 Cursed Places You Should Never Visit. Now, before we dive into this bone-chilling list, let me set the stage. Cursed places are more than just locations with spooky reputations. They are sites where misfortune, death, and the unexplainable seem to converge. These places are shrouded in mystery, their histories marred by tragedy, violence, or supernatural occurrences. Whether it's an ancient burial ground, a haunted forest, or a desolate island, each cursed location carries its own dark legacy, warning those who dare to tread too close. What makes these places so particularly spine-tingling? It's the combination of isolation, history, and the unknown. Many of these sites are located far from civilization, hidden away like shameful secrets. Their landscapes, often eerily beautiful or unnaturally barren, seem to breathe with a life of their own. Stories of ghostly apparitions, disembodied voices, and chilling encounters abound, making them fertile ground for paranormal investigators, and perfect fodder for horror enthusiasts like us. In this video, we'll explore 10 of the most notorious cursed places across the globe, each with its own dark history and supernatural reputation. From the blood-soaked sands of the Dyatlov Pass in Russia to the sinister whispers of Aokigahara Forest in Japan, we'll uncover the tragic tales behind these cursed sites and share first-hand accounts of those who've dared to step inside. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, prepare to feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up as we peel back the layers of these forsaken locations. So grab your favorite blanket, dim the lights, and settle in. But before we begin, a word of caution. Some of the stories you're about to hear may leave you questioning what truly lies beyond the veil of our reality. Are you ready to face the shadows? Let's get started. The echoes of tragedy. Understanding the concept of cursed places. Before we delve into the haunted depths of the world's most cursed places, it's essential to grasp what it means for a location to be deemed cursed. A cursed place transcends the ordinary boundaries of haunted locales. It is not merely a site of paranormal activity, but a nexus of persistent misfortune and inexplicable phenomena. These places are often marked by a series of tragic events, mysterious disappearances, or violent histories that seem to defy logical explanation. The term curse itself conjures images of supernatural punishment or divine retribution, a spectral mark left upon a place that alters the very fabric of reality within its bounds. The origins of curses can be as diverse as they are enigmatic. In some cases, curses are believed to stem from ancient rituals or vengeful spirits seeking justice for past wrongs. For instance, burial grounds disturbed by human hands or sacred sites defiled by outsiders frequently become hotspots for reported hauntings and bizarre incidents. Other times, curses appear linked to historical atrocities such as battles, massacres, or genocides, where the sheer weight of human suffering leaves an indelible imprint on the land itself. Cultural beliefs play a significant role in shaping perceptions of cursed places. In many societies, folklore and mythology contribute heavily to the lore surrounding certain locations. Tales of banshees, poltergeists, and malevolent spirits passed down through generations serve not only to entertain but also to warn and educate. These stories enforce societal norms and values by illustrating the consequences of transgressing moral or spiritual laws. Thus, a cursed place becomes a living testament to cultural memory, perpetuating fears and superstitions across time. Furthermore, the psychological impact of visiting or even hearing about cursed places cannot be underestimated. The human mind is adept at pattern recognition, and when presented with a series of unfortunate events tied to a specific location, it naturally seeks to connect the dots. This cognitive bias towards seeing patterns where none exist can amplify feelings of dread and foreboding associated with cursed sites. Visitors might experience heightened anxiety, paranoia, or even physical symptoms like nausea or dizziness, which they attribute to the curse rather than environmental factors or personal health issues. Moreover, the media plays a pivotal role in perpetuating the mystique of cursed places. Documentaries, books, and films often dramatize the eerie atmospheres and chilling histories of these locations, drawing in audiences eager for a thrill. These portrayals, while entertaining, can sometimes blur the lines between fact and fiction, further embedding the idea of a curse into public consciousness. As stories spread and evolve, they accumulate new details and interpretations, enriching the tapestry of legends that surround these infamous sites. Understanding the multifaceted nature of cursed places sets the stage for exploring the top 10 most cursed locations around the world. Each site offers a unique glimpse into how history, culture, and human psychology intertwine to create narratives of fear and fascination. As we journey through these haunting tales, remember that the true power of a curse lies not just in its supernatural elements, but in its ability to captivate the human imagination and evoke deep-seated fears. With this foundation laid, let us proceed to unravel the mysteries of these accursed lands, starting with the infamous Dyatlov Pass incident, where winter itself seemed complicit in a chilling tale of death and disappearance. The Dyatlov Pass incident, a winter's curse nestled deep within the Ural Mountains of Russia, the Dyatlov Pass stands as one of the most enigmatic and cursed places in modern history. Named after Igor Dyatlov, the leader of a group of 9 experienced hikers who ventured into the wilderness in January 1959, this remote pass has become synonymous with mystery and tragedy. What began as a routine expedition quickly spiraled into one of the most perplexing unsolved cases of the 20th century, leaving behind a legacy of unanswered questions and chilling speculation. The ill-fated journey began on January 23, 1959, when Dyatlov and his team set out from the city of Sverdlovsk, now Ekaterinburg, to conquer Mount Otorten, a peak in the northern Urals. The group consisted of 8 men and 2 women, all skilled mountaineers and students from the Ural Polytechnic Institute. Equipped with proper gear and provisions, they were expected to return within a few weeks. However, as days turned into weeks without any communication from the team, concern mounted among their families and friends. On February 20th, a search party was dispatched, eventually discovering the hikers' abandoned tent on February 26th, near the pass that now bears Dyatlov's name. What the rescuers found defied explanation. The tent was torn open from the inside, suggesting the hikers had fled in a panic. Footprints leading away from the campsite revealed that the group had left barefoot or in socks, despite sub-zero temperatures. About 1.5 kilometers downhill, the first 2 bodies were discovered under a cedar tree, partially clothed and showing signs of hypothermia. Over the following weeks, the remaining 7 bodies were found scattered across the snowy terrain, some buried in makeshift graves beneath the snow. The conditions of their deaths were even more disturbing. Several suffered severe internal injuries, including fractured skulls and broken ribs, yet no external wounds were present to explain the trauma. One victim was missing her tongue, while another had traces of radiation on their clothing. The official investigation concluded in May 1959, labeling the cause of death as an unknown compelling force. Decades later, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains an enduring mystery, spawning countless theories and fueling its reputation as a cursed place. Some speculate that the hikers encountered a military experiment gone awry, citing the presence of nearby Soviet missile testing sites and reports of orange spheres seen in the sky on the night of their disappearance. Others suggest that infrasound, a low-frequency sound wave capable of inducing panic and disorientation, could have driven the group to flee their tent. Paranormal explanations abound as well, ranging from alien abductions to encounters with mythical creatures said to inhabit the region, such as the Menk or Yeti-like beings. Adding to the aura of the curse, subsequent expeditions to the Dyatlov Pass have been plagued by strange occurrences. Hikers report equipment malfunctions, sudden weather changes, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. Local folklore speaks of the mountain's wrath, claiming that those who disturb its silence are punished severely. Even today, the area is largely avoided by locals and tourists alike, its reputation as a cursed site deterring all but the most intrepid explorers. The Dyatlov Pass incident serves as a stark reminder of humanity's vulnerability in the face of the unknown. Its unresolved nature continues to captivate and terrify, drawing researchers, adventurers, and skeptics to its frozen slopes in search of answers. Yet, for every theory proposed, new questions arise, ensuring that the past remains veiled in mystery. As we continue our exploration of the world's most cursed places, the Dyatlov Pass stands as a chilling testament to the thin line between adventure and peril, where the forces of nature, or perhaps something more sinister, can exact a deadly toll. Aokigahara Forest, Japan's whispering woods of despair. Beneath the serene canopy of Aokigahara Forest lies a labyrinth of twisted roots and shadowy paths, earning it the grim moniker of the Suicide Forest. Located at the base of Mount Fuji, this dense woodland spans approximately 35 square kilometers and is renowned not only for its natural beauty, but also for its harrowing association with death and despair. Each year, hundreds of individuals venture into this seemingly tranquil forest, never to return, drawn by its reputation as a place where one can find solace in eternal silence. Aokigahara's dark allure is deeply intertwined with Japanese folklore and cultural practices. Historically, the forest was considered a sacred site due to its proximity to Mount Fuji, a symbol of purity and transcendence in Shinto belief. However, over centuries, the forest became a place of abandonment and sorrow. During periods of famine and economic hardship, families would bring elderly or disabled relatives into the woods, leaving them to die, a practice known as ubasut. This act of desertion imbued the forest with a somber legacy, transforming it into a symbol of neglect and sacrifice. Today, Aokigahara is infamous worldwide as a hotspot for suicides. Official statistics reveal that dozens of bodies are recovered annually, though the true number may be higher due to the forest's vastness and the difficulty of locating remains. Signs posted at the forest's entrance implore visitors to reconsider their actions, offering helpline numbers and messages of hope. Despite these efforts, the forest continues to claim lives, its reputation perpetuated by media coverage and popular culture, including films and novels that romanticize its morbid allure. Paranormal activity is another facet of Aokigahara's cursed reputation. Locals speak of ghostly apparitions wandering the woods, their forms faint and translucent, searching endlessly for peace. Disembodied whispers echo through the trees, carrying fragments of conversations spoken decades ago by those who entered the forest seeking oblivion. Some claim to have encountered shadowy figures standing motionless amidst the foliage, vanishing when approached. Others recount hearing faint cries for help, only to discover no one nearby. These spectral encounters, whether rooted in folklore or personal experience, reinforce the belief that the spirits of the dead linger within the forest, unable, or unwilling, to move on. Urban legends further deepen the mystique of Aokigahara. One tale speaks of a young woman who entered the forest intending to end her life but instead encountered a mysterious figure cloaked in white. The entity offered her guidance, leading her back to safety. Grateful for her second chance, she returned years later to thank the spirit, only to vanish without a trace. Another story tells of a man who spent weeks navigating the forest, documenting his journey in a journal. His writings detailed encounters with ghostly figures and inexplicable phenomena until abruptly ceasing mid-sentence. When search parties later found his belongings, they discovered pages scorched and illegible, as if consumed by an unseen force. For those brave enough to venture into Aokigahara, the experience is both haunting and humbling. The forest's oppressive stillness and pervasive gloom evoke a profound sense of unease, challenging the psyche and testing one's resolve. Researchers and paranormal investigators who explore the woods often report unexplained phenomena, from sudden temperature drops to electronic malfunctions. Cameras capture orbs of light floating through the darkness, while audio recordings pick up faint voices whispering inaudible words. These manifestations lend credence to the belief that Aokigahara is not merely a place of death but a realm where the boundary between the living and the dead blurs. As we continue our journey through the world's most cursed places, Aokigahara Forest stands as a sobering reminder of the fragility of the human spirit. Its haunting beauty and tragic history serve as a poignant testament to the enduring struggle against despair and the lingering presence of those who sought refuge in its depths. For all its allure, Aokigahara remains a place best approached with reverence and caution, a silent witness to the complexities of life and death. The plague-ridden specter of Venice floating silently in the Venetian lagoon, Poveglia Island is a haunting relic of Italy's turbulent past, its shores steeped in tragedy and whispered curses. Once a thriving settlement, the island's transformation into a quarantine station during the Black Death of the 14th century marked the beginning of its descent into infamy. Over the centuries, Poveglia became a dumping ground for the sick, the dying, and the dead, earning a reputation as one of the most cursed places on earth. Its history is a chilling tapestry of disease, death, and despair, woven together by the horrors inflicted upon its soil. Poveglia's dark legacy began in 1348, when Venice was ravaged by the bubonic plague. As the disease swept through the city, authorities sought a way to isolate the infected and prevent the spread of contagion. Poveglia, with its strategic location far from the mainland, was repurposed as a lazaretto, a quarantine station for those suspected of carrying the plague. Ships carrying the sick were directed to anchor near the island, where patients were forcibly removed and confined in makeshift shelters. Many never left alive. Historical records estimate that over 160,000 people died on Poveglia during the repeated outbreaks of the plague, their bodies hastily burned in massive pyres or buried in mass graves. The air was said to be thick with the stench of death, and the island's soil became saturated with ash and human remains. The island's grim purpose did not end with the plague. In the late 19th century, Poveglia was converted into an asylum for the mentally ill, a decision that added another layer of suffering to its already cursed history. Under the direction of a notoriously sadistic doctor, the facility became a house of horrors. Patients were subjected to brutal treatments, including lobotomies performed with crude tools and experimental procedures that bordered on torture. Local legends claim that the doctor himself met a grisly end, thrown from the island's bell tower by the vengeful spirits of his victims. Though the asylum closed in 1968, its shadow looms large over Poveglia, contributing to its reputation as a place of relentless torment. Today, Poveglia is a desolate and forbidden place, its crumbling structures overtaken by ivy and decay. Access to the island is strictly prohibited by the Italian government, but this has done little to deter the curious and the daring. Urban explorers who have managed to sneak onto the island recount harrowing experiences, describing an oppressive atmosphere that feels almost sentient. Visitors report hearing phantom screams echoing across the lagoon, as if the voices of the dead are trapped in an eternal loop of anguish. Shadows dart through the ruins, their movements quick and deliberate, while cold spots permeate the air, leaving an icy chill in their wake. Local folklore adds another dimension to the island's cursed reputation. Fishermen avoid casting their nets near Poveglia, claiming that the waters are haunted by the restless spirits of those who perished there. Tales of ghostly figures wandering the shoreline at dusk are common among residents of nearby islands, who speak of pale, translucent forms clad in tattered robes. Some believe that the island is a gateway to the afterlife, a liminal space where the dead linger before crossing over. Others claim that Poveglia is cursed by the collective suffering of its victims, their pain having seeped into the very fabric of the land. Despite, or perhaps because of, its haunted reputation, Poveglia continues to captivate the imagination of those drawn to its eerie allure. Attempts to develop the island for tourism or residential use have consistently failed, with investors reporting unexplained setbacks and financial ruin. The island seems determined to remain untouched, a silent sentinel guarding its dark secrets. For those who dare to approach its shores, Poveglia offers a visceral connection to the suffering endured by those who once called it home. As we continue our exploration of the world's most cursed places, Poveglia stands as a testament to the enduring power of the past, and the thin veil that separates the living from the dead. Bangor Fort. The enchanted ruins of Rajasthan nestled amidst the rugged Aravalli hills of Rajasthan, India. Bangor Fort stands as a haunting testament to the power of curses and the fragility of human ambition. Known as one of the most haunted places in India, this sprawling fortress is steeped in legend and superstition, its crumbling walls and deserted streets exuding an aura of palpable dread. Locals refuse to venture near the fort after sunset, and the Archaeological Survey of India has erected signs forbidding entry between dusk and dawn, a rare acknowledgement of a curse by an official authority. The stories surrounding Bangor are as varied as they are chilling, weaving a tapestry of betrayal, vengeance, and supernatural retribution that continues to captivate and terrify. The origins of Bangor's curse are deeply rooted in folklore, with one tale standing out as the most widely accepted explanation for its haunted reputation. According to legend, the fort was built in the 17th century under the orders of Madho Singh, the younger brother of the Maharaja of Amber. However, its construction was opposed by a powerful tantric priest named Baba Balak Nath, who lived in the vicinity. Before the fort's foundation was laid, Balak Nath warned the builders not to allow any of its shadow to fall upon his dwelling, fearing that doing so would unleash calamity. Ignoring the sage's warning, the fort was constructed in such a manner that its towering walls cast a long shadow over Balak Nath's humble abode. Enraged by this act of defiance, the priest is said to have cursed the fort, declaring that it would soon meet destruction and that no one would ever live within its walls again. The curse allegedly came to fruition in the years that followed. Bangor thrived briefly as a bustling town, but its prosperity was short-lived. Accounts vary, but many believe that the fort's downfall began with the arrival of a sorcerer named Singhiya, who became infatuated with Princess Ratnavati, the daughter of the ruling king. Determined to win her affection, Singhiya concocted a love potion and attempted to trick the princess into drinking it. However, Ratnavati uncovered his scheme and hurled the potion against a boulder, which crushed the sorcerer to death. With his dying breath, Singhiya cursed the fort and its inhabitants, vowing that it would crumble into ruin and that anyone who dared to reside there would meet a terrible fate. Shortly thereafter, Bangor was invaded, its population massacred, and its structures razed to the ground. The once magnificent fort was abandoned, its cursed legacy etched into local memory. Today, Bangor Fort remains a desolate shell of its former glory, its ruins cloaked in an eerie silence that seems unnatural for a place once teeming with life. Visitors who dare to explore its labyrinthine corridors and crumbling courtyards often report experiencing a profound sense of unease, as though an unseen presence lingers just out of sight. Many claim to hear disembodied voices whispering inaudible secrets, while others describe feeling sudden drops in temperature or the sensation of being touched by invisible hands. Shadowy figures are frequently spotted darting through the ruins, their forms dissolving into the ether when approached. Some visitors have even reported seeing the ghostly apparition of Princess Ratnavati herself, her translucent figure wandering the fort's empty halls as if searching for something, or someone, lost to time. Among the most chilling tales associated with Bangor is the recurring sighting of Baba Balak Nath's spirit. Locals believe that the priest's curse continues to manifest through paranormal phenomena, ensuring that his warnings are heeded even centuries after his death. Witnesses describe encountering a spectral figure clad in saffron robes, his eyes glowing with an otherworldly intensity. Others claim to have heard his voice echoing through the ruins, issuing cryptic warnings to those who trespass upon his domain. These encounters, coupled with the fort's oppressive atmosphere, have earned Bangor a reputation as a place where the boundary between the living and the dead is perilously thin. Despite, or perhaps because of, its haunted reputation, Bangor Fort draws thousands of visitors each year, eager to experience its eerie allure firsthand. Tourists flock to the site during daylight hours, snapping photographs and marveling at its architectural splendor, while paranormal investigators conduct overnight vigils in hopes of capturing definitive proof of the supernatural activity that plagues the fort. For many, the opportunity to step into a place so saturated with supernatural energy is both thrilling and humbling, offering a tangible connection to the suffering endured by those who once called it home. As we continue our exploration of the world's most cursed places, Bangor Fort stands as a testament to the enduring power of curses and the resilience of the human spirit, even in death. Its ghostly inhabitants, frozen in time, serve as silent witnesses to the tragedies that unfolded within its walls, ensuring that the sins of the past are not easily forgotten. Hoia Baciu Forest, Romania's gateway to the unknown deep within the heart of Transylvania, where mist-shrouded hills and ancient legends converge, lies Hoia Baciu Forest, one of the most enigmatic and cursed places on Earth. Often referred to as the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania, this sprawling woodland has long been a focal point of paranormal activity, drawing researchers, thrill-seekers, and skeptics alike into its eerie embrace. Its twisted trees, unnervingly circular clearings, and suffocating silence create an atmosphere of palpable unease, leaving visitors with the unsettling impression that they are being watched, or worse, unwelcome. Hoia-Baciu's cursed reputation is not merely a product of local folklore, it is grounded in a myriad of documented phenomena that defy logical explanation, making it a cornerstone of supernatural intrigue. The forest's origins as a cursed site are steeped in myth and tragedy. According to local legends, Hoia-Baciu was once the site of a medieval village that mysteriously vanished overnight. Villagers claimed to have seen strange lights hovering above the forest before disappearing into its depths, never to return. Over time, the area became associated with tales of witchcraft and pagan rituals, with some believing that the forest harbors portals to other dimensions. These stories gained traction in the mid-20th century when Romanian biologist Alexandru Sift conducted a study in the area and reported bizarre findings, including inexplicable electromagnetic disturbances and photographs marred by ghostly orbs and shadowy figures. Since then, Hoia-Baciu has become a magnet for paranormal investigators and urban explorers eager to uncover its secrets. One of the most striking features of Hoia-Baciu is its vegetation, or lack thereof. Deep within the forest lies a perfectly circular clearing, devoid of plant life and surrounded by gnarled, stunted trees that seem to twist inward, as if trying to shield the area from prying eyes. This clearing, often referred to as the portal, is the epicenter of the forest's supernatural activity. Visitors report feeling an overwhelming sense of dread as they approach the clearing, accompanied by physical symptoms such as nausea, dizziness, and sudden fatigue. Electronic devices malfunction unpredictably, with cameras capturing distorted images and compasses spinning wildly. Some claim to have seen shimmering portals or glowing orbs hovering above the clearing, while others describe hearing faint whispers or unearthly screams emanating from the void. The forest's cursed reputation extends beyond its physical peculiarities. Numerous accounts of ghostly encounters and unexplained phenomena have emerged from Hoia-Baciu, contributing to its status as a paranormal hotspot. Witnesses recount sightings of shadowy figures darting between the trees, their movements jerky and unnatural. Others describe being followed by an unseen presence, hearing footsteps trailing behind them, or feeling cold breath on the back of their necks. One particularly chilling tale involves a group of hikers who claim to have been chased through the forest by a towering, humanoid figure with glowing red eyes. They reported feeling an intense pressure in their chests and an overwhelming urge to flee, only escaping after stumbling upon a road miles from where they had entered. Despite, or perhaps because of, its cursed reputation, Hoia-Baciu continues to draw fascination from those intrigued by its dark history. While much of the forest remains untouched, preserving its eerie allure, portions of it have become tourist attractions, with guided tours offering visitors a glimpse into its haunted depths. For those brave enough to venture inside, the experience is both haunting and humbling, offering a visceral connection to the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil of our understanding. As we continue our exploration of the world's most cursed places, Hoia-Baciu stands as a testament to the enduring power of the unknown, and the thin line between curiosity and peril. The enduring allure of the cursed. As we conclude our journey through the world's most cursed places, it becomes evident that these locations are far more than mere backdrops for chilling tales. They are living, breathing testaments to the mysteries of human history and the unexplainable forces that shape our reality. From the frostbitten slopes of the Dyatlov Pass to the whispering woods of Aokigahara, each site carries a legacy that transcends its physical boundaries, resonating deeply with our collective psyche. These cursed places challenge our understanding of the world, forcing us to confront the limits of logic and science while igniting our imaginations with the possibility of the supernatural. What makes these locations so profoundly captivating is their ability to evoke a universal sense of awe and unease. They remind us of our vulnerability in the face of forces beyond our control, whether those forces are rooted in human tragedy, natural phenomena, or something altogether otherworldly. The stories surrounding these sites, be they tales of restless spirits, ancient curses, or inexplicable disappearances, tap into primal fears and curiosities that have defined humanity for centuries. They serve as mirrors reflecting our deepest anxieties about mortality, morality, and the unknown, drawing us in with a mix of fascination and dread. Yet, the allure of cursed places is not solely rooted in fear. These sites also offer a profound connection to the past, acting as repositories of history and memory. Each tragic event, each whispered legend, adds another layer to their complex narratives, preserving the voices of those who came before us. Visiting, or even learning about, these locations allows us to engage with the echoes of history, bridging the gap between the present and a time long forgotten. For many, this connection is as humbling as it is haunting, reminding us of the fragility of life and the enduring impact of our actions. However, the question remains, why do we seek out these cursed places despite the risks and warnings? Perhaps it is the thrill of venturing into the unknown, of testing the boundaries of our courage and curiosity. Or perhaps it is the hope of glimpsing something extraordinary, an encounter with the supernatural, a brush with the divine, or simply a moment of clarity amidst chaos. Whatever the reason, the pull of these sites is undeniable, drawing us back time and again to confront the shadows they cast over our world. As we leave behind the chilling tales of Poveglia, Bangor Fort, and Hoya Baciu Forest, it is important to remember that these cursed places are not just relics of the past. They are living reminders of the stories we tell ourselves about life, death, and everything in between. They challenge us to look beyond the surface, to question what we know, and to embrace the mysteries that make our world infinitely richer and more complex. So, as you reflect on the haunted histories we've explored today, ask yourself, what draws you to the shadows? And how far would you go to uncover the truth? Thank you for joining us on this spine-tingling adventure through the world's most cursed places. If you enjoyed this episode of Shadows and Whispers, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more haunting tales and chilling discoveries. Share this video with fellow thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. It's always more fun to explore the unknown together. Until next time, keep your wits about you, and remember, some doors are better left unopened. Stay curious, stay brave, and most importantly, stay safe. See you in the shadows.